In New York City, in 1904, members of the New York Fire Department arrived at the Manhattan Adventure Society in response to smoke coming out of a room. The smoke returns to the frame of the door because one of the firefighters grabs the handle of the door. His hand begins to freeze, and the firefighters break the door and reveal the room full of dead bodies, while an unknown language is being spoken through a phonograph. In the shadow, an innocent person is holding a rope which has an ancient evil in it, and once the rope is opened, the body breaks and a pair of eyes peeks out from the inside. The men from the subway go to Manhattan. They are chasing a ghost named Saver Dragon in the alleys. Caver almost traps him before he starts flying out of the limit, but Kaylee has set up a drone trap which succeeds in catching the ghost. But Grobson collides with a wreck of a city bike and dies. This family meets the old nemesis of the Ghostbusters, Walter Peck, who has now become the mayor of New York City. He not only continues his work and harms the city, but also punishes the phobia for employment because he is also bald. This incident once again has a negative effect on the Ghostbusters. It also affects the news. It has also been shown that when Grobson is trying to become a surrogate father for Phoebe and Trevor, while he is doing Kaylee's directing, Phoebe has not yet accepted it, but Kaylee tries her best to support her. The Ghostbusters now return to the Bat Quarter, which has been bankrolled by Vincent. Danny, Snar, Trevor and all the Sketchers see and go to look for the junk food mountain. After this, he meets Slammer, who passes by Trevor and covers him in a cow before disappearing. Portcast and Ray are now trying to use the examples of other artists so that they can establish a relationship with the life of the Bat for their new online show. A woman uses a watch for Ray from her unworldly husband and tries to read it, but she does not get anything, and Portcast breaks the watch with a hammer. They come to Nadir Rasmadi, who brings them the same verb that was seen in the beginning. Ray tries to use his PKE meter on it, but now the desire to get out of it becomes a reason for an addition, which breaks the meter. Phoebe herself plays chess in the park when a piece of chess starts moving by itself. She meets a ghost girl named Melody, who died in the fire of the tenant and is always seen with little boys. She tells Phoebe that she does not have much confidence in her chances of going abroad. After talking to Phoebe, Melody is seen on the streets later. She speaks in a hoarse voice and asks if Phoebe is really the one she wants for her plan. This family reaches the convenience of a ghost investigation, which has just been provided by the Verdison Financial Association. Parabiologists have obtained the services of Lars Punfield. Lecky is also working there, and she meets Trevor again. They bring the verb, about which Lars noted that the other ghosts caught there are focused on it. Later, its convenience has to face an increase in power when Lars and Rob try to find a way out. When Lars goes to catch Rob, his arm is almost grounded. Ghostbusters call, so Phoebe and Podcast go to investigate. They reach a dinner where they find Melody's ghost, who is bothering people. Podcast gets ready to trap her, but Phoebe herself cannot do this. To find out more about the time, the team goes to her shop. The PKE meter shows that Nadim himself has spiritual powers. Lars and Lecky bring Nadim to Venkman for further research and find out that whenever Venkman gets angry at him, Nadim has the ability to make a fire. Phoebe and Podcast go to the New York Public Library to learn more about the reality of Europe. To find out more about the time, the team goes to the New York Public Library. They meet Dr. Hubert Waters, who explains to them that centuries ago, a powerful king asked for help from a powerful being named Giraka in his conquest. But Giraka had a plan to create a new ice age using his powers. A well-known team named Fire Martyrs plans to imprison Giraka in Madar and capture his body. To do this, he uses his powers. With this, he gets his powers. If Giraka was released again, New York would experience the cold of death. Varpav starts, speaking the same language that was heard before. As soon as the team leaves, a ghost that had been touched by Podcast gets stuck in the library, and the three force him to follow it. Ray even takes a chance to go to the real library as a ghost, and is still scared of it. The ghost then follows the path of the mystery and puts the corpse of the lion outside the library for a toot. Phoebe uses her proton pack to fire a river before reaching the police and destroy it. She has accused the firehouse and taken their stuff back. Phoebe has also been arrested for refusing to complete her, while Vincent punished Ray for putting his podcast in trouble. Melody meets Phoebe again because she wants to be alone. After talking to her a little more, Phoebe decides to use the same way of staying on the ship for herself and Melody. Phoebe is briefly separated from her body for 2 minutes, and the method of work is smart, and the soldier becomes a ghost. But this happens when Melody reveals her true intentions. She is working for a customer who cannot use a ghost like her to open a work, so she needed a living person for her work. In return, Melody has a phobia body to chant mantras, and the devil ghost comes back to life. The spirit of phobia returns to her body because the rest of the team tries to help her. Lucky tries to fire a proton bomb on the customer, but it freezes and breaks the river. Kaylee and Groberson help Phoebe. They realize that the customer is trying to free the ghost from his death to make his cold plan work. Everything outside the city begins to freeze and snowstorms that destroy the event and people. Before joining the fight between Venkman and Nadim, everyone goes to the research lab. He tries to find a way to use his Firemaster's abilities to help. Meanwhile, the owner ghost returns and tries to kill everyone with a proton pack, but Nadim manages to escape. After that, the ghost has a pizza, and it is called a slammer. But Phoebe was told that proper proton explosions against the customer would not be enough. So Phoebe joined her blaster with Peter, because it is similar to the Mawa of Orub, which can trap the customer. The devil ghost makes his way to the research lab, and against it, the ghost tries his best, and he has almost trapped everyone in the snow. Nadim tries to use his firepower on Garka, but he has run out of light because he was having a lot of fun with it. Phoebe talks to Melody, who recognizes her, but Phoebe tells her that Garka will never help her as she said, and that she has the ability to do so. Phoebe herself goes to the lab. Her Pittel actually arranges to attack Garka, but Phoebe arranges to control it. After that, Melody uses her fire to light up the match for Nadim, which she can use to turn her eyes against her powerful customer. The Ghostbusters have been freed, but Garka has broken the Commandant unit and left every ghost that the team has ever caught. However, the old Ghostbusters realize that Garka has created another Commandant unit, and they can stop it. The Ghostbusters use their protons along with Nadim's fire. Garka is brought down immediately, and when he is trapped, he is once again desynced. The ice outside starts disappearing, and Melody finally says goodbye to Phoebe. Ghostbusters New York, and to make Peck happy, he gets up to look for a Hajoon. He gets ready to lock them up again, so much so that the other citizens force him to support them and see them as heroes. Because if it wasn't for them, the city would have been under 3 feet of ice. Peck has no choice but to Chandramobat. Salem and Seven Dragon escape from this facility and fly into the city. Spengler and Grobosen face suit and leave to catch more ghosts.